Motorcycles are high on the list of easily stolen valuable items. If you're the owner of a motorcycle, you should listen up as Cape Fear Harley Davidson sales manager Bill Bales offers the inside scoop at how to keep thieves at bay.
Motorcycle theft is a problem. I mean, and certainly traumatic. Not as bad as some places. Most people are very careful. You know, it's a big investment, and most of the theft here is the smaller, lighter bikes as well. So the Harleys aren't as susceptible. It's more traumatic when it's a Harley, but what happens most often is they don't lock the bike. Lock it up. There's an ignition switch lock, and on Harley Davidsons as well as a fork lock. And lock that. Make it hard for them. You know, I mean, that's your first line of defense, is just to lock it up. And not, you know, it's just like for the carjacking. You know, you jump out of your car real quick and you run in the store. You're just going to be there a minute. That's when it disappears. Don't make it a target of opportunity. Don't just leave it sitting out there. You know, just like you wouldn't leave your wallet sitting outside. So just don't leave it out there unsecured. I don't take mine to the movies if we go. Usually not to the mall, unless I'm just going into the food court and then I can see it out the window. So, you know, just don't make it easy for them. A little common sense is the most important thing, I think. But there's sirens that you can add to it, and like on mine, I also have a pager. So if my siren goes off, it pages me, and that's got a range of up to a half a mile. So, and that vibrates and beeps, so you know that someone's messing with your bike. So. Parking a bike, especially if you don't have a garage where you have to park it outside, like apartment complexes and things like that, or just some houses. My neighbor doesn't have a garage and he parks his outside, but he's got it chained to the fence. So it would be a lot more difficult, you know. Chain it around something solid, park next to a lamp post. Obviously that's a twofold there. If you chain it to a light pole, the light's on it, first of all, which people don't want to be in the light, you know, and be seen. So, and then it's also to something solid that they can't move. I know that chaining your bike to something using a cable or a chain may seem like it's easy to get through, but a lot of those are very high quality chains. Not just your average bolt cutter will cut through those. I know with the Harley Davidson you can get different diameters. You can get up to 40 millimeters, which is a fairly good sized cable, and it's reinforced, so it makes it tough. I mean, yeah, you can cut through it. I mean, you can always cut through anything. But the more difficult you make it, the more time consuming you're going to make it, it's less attractive to try to get through any of those things. And I tell people, you know, they ask, you know, do I really need a security system? I go, well, if there's two bikes sitting right next to one another and one's blinking, if I'm the smart thief, I'm going to take the other one. Yeah, you're taking a chance. It might have low jack or something, some other aftermarket system on it, but I know that one's blinking and I don't know whether it's going to have a siren going off when I get there. So, you know, I mean, you're going to be the smart one. I know some people that just rent a storage space to keep it in there. One of the gentlemen that works for me did that for years because he doesn't have a garage. But he just would keep the bike there. He'd drive over, get it out of the storage. You know, they have 24-hour entry, which is a good idea, and it costs you a little money, but in the long run, it's like insurance. You know, you're securing the motorcycle at least. If your bike is stolen, obviously the first thing is call the police. To get them started on it right away. I mean, and it is a problem and they don't recover them all, unfortunately, but at least you've got a record of it. Your insurance company, if nothing else, is going to want that. So call them, and then of course the insurance company, so that they can start that process. I mean, that's obviously going to take a while. So once you get over the trauma of losing your motorcycle and realizing it, you know, make those phone calls first. What we've talked about is it doesn't cover everything, and we would be glad to help anyone here at Cape Fear Harley Davidson. Just have them come down, talk to any of the sales staff. We're glad to, between the sales department and the parts department, be able to get anyone just about anything they'd need to make themselves feel more secure.